Mr. Chairman, I have an amendment at the desk.
Gentleman from Pennsylvania has an amendment at the desk. Clerk will report the amendment.
Amendment to the amendment in the nature of a substitute to the committee print offered by Mr. Keller of Pennsylvania, identifier KELLFR_044.
Gentleman from Michigan.
Yeah, I reserve a point of order, Mr. Chairman.
Reserves a point of order. Gentleman from Pennsylvania, Mr. Keller, is recognized for 5 minutes on behalf of his amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In 2019, the Supplemental Nutrition Program for Women, Infants, and Children, also known as WIC, serves roughly 6.5 million people. This program is administered by the U.S. Department of Agriculture and provides federal grants to states for supplemental foods, healthcare referrals, and nutrition education for low-income, pregnant, breastfeeding, and non-breastfeeding postpartum women, and to infants and children up to age 5 who are found to be at nutritional risk. Sadly, since certain program changes took place in 2014, WIC participants have limited choices when it comes to nutritious types of milk best suited for their individual dietary needs and those of their children. My amendment is simple. It allows WIC participants to choose the type of milk that provides the best nutrition for their families, including non-fat, low-fat 1%, reduced fat 2%, or whole milk. Mr. Chairman, as you're aware, our nation's dairy farmers, many of whom we have plenty here in central and northeastern Pennsylvania, are struggling with low milk prices and a variety of other challenges COVID-19 has added an additional layer of burdens on their day-to-day operations. This amendment would benefit the dairy industry by increasing demand for milk products and provide families with more nutritious options. I urge support of this amendment and yield back the balance of my time.
The gentleman yields back. Does anyone wish to speak on the amendment?
I do, Mr. Chairman.
The lady from Oregon, Ms. Bonamici.
Thank you. I move to strike the last word.
Recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. Access to nutritious meals is really a key to keeping students healthy. We know from health and education experts that what children eat and drink makes a significant difference in their health outcomes and academic performance, and that's especially true with young children. To best serve children, we know that school meals and other nutrition programs must follow nutrition standards that are based on research and science. And that's why under current law, the nutrition standards are developed through a rigorous process that's based on the latest nutrition science, along with input from the field. This amendment would undermine that rigorous evidence-based process. Furthermore, the amendment would ultimately impede our efforts to improve access to healthy, free school meals and the WIC program. I understand this is just the WIC program, but in the WIC program, we are now working to address the dual crisis of child hunger and diet-related disease. The underlying bill does exactly that by providing healthy, free school meals to 9 million more children and providing financial incentives to schools serving healthier meals. That is our goal. So I want to say that the investments that we're making in the bill are based on policies we put in place to address child nutrition since the onset of COVID-19, and we know that these efforts are working. In fact, this week we learned from new data released by USDA that food insecurity overall did not increase during the very challenging year of 2020, and that's because in part of our work to keep food on the table for families, and we provided much of those resources and flexibilities with bipartisan support. And as I said in my earlier statement, I'm very excited that we're making these investments in the health of well-being of future generations. It is our responsibility to work toward ending childhood hunger. And the proposal for us today in the underlying bill gets us closer than before. I hope our colleagues on both sides of the aisle will join us in reaching that shared goal that no child should go hungry in the U.S. I'm also very concerned, again, that this amendment does not rely on the experts and the science-based decisions and health-based decisions that we use to make decisions in these policy areas. So I urge my colleagues to oppose this amendment, and I yield back the balance of my time.
Thank you. Does anyone else seek recognition on the amendment?
I would like to speak.
The gentlelady from
Illinois.
excuse me, thank you, Illinois. Ms. Miller is
Yes.
recognized for 5 minutes.
Yes, thank you. So I'm guessing you mean well, and we all agree, nobody wants any children to go hungry. I have raised 7 children on a full fat diet. Fat helps people stay full, and it's good for their brain development. And parents should have every right to have the freedom to find dietary information and make the best choices for their children. So I support this amendment.
General's time has expired. Does anyone else seek recognition?
Mr. Chairman, I withdraw my point of order.
Gentleman withdraws his point of order. No one else seeks recognition. If not, the question is on the amendment offered by the gentleman from Pennsylvania involving variety of milk flavors. All who favor the amendment will vote aye.
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 All opposed, vote no.
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 Noes appear to
No.
have it.
I'd like to request a recorded vote, please.
The gentleman from Pennsylvania requests a recorded vote that will be rolled as previously stated.